Our SAP practice is one of the most mature practices here in the center, if not the most mature practice here in the centers. Hi, my name is Noel De Olazo. I'm the SAP practice leader for CIC Philippines. I've been with IBM for the past 15 years, and I started as an ABAP developer, going to the project management role, the ABAP development lead role, and now the SAP practice leader. We have over 500 individuals deployed to different roles, so having different skill sets. We also have a very strong and very solid organizational structure in terms of the SAP practice. So we have leads for each of the service areas that we are providing for our clients. We have SMEs as well. And as soon as you join IBM, you also get the chance to become an SME yourself. We welcome new SMEs, and we try to also provide for the SMEs with the rewards and recognition.
This is a defining moment. Generative AI has arrived, creating a once-in-a-generation opportunity for business. Meet IBM WatsonX, an enterprise-ready AI and data platform in 3 parts to help you train, tune, and deploy AI models, scale workloads wherever your data resides, and design more trustworthy AI workflows. WatsonX.ai is our studio for AI builders to help you create powerful AI applications in a fraction of the time with a fraction of the data. Start with IBM's foundation models or thousands of open source models from the Hugging Face library and instantly begin working in our prompt lab. And with the ability to add your own data, you can train, tune, and deploy generative AI and machine learning models with ease. WatsonX.data is IBM's next-generation data store. Based on an open lakehouse architecture, it brings together the flexibility of a data lake with the performance of a data warehouse to help you scale AI and analytics wherever your data resides. And WatsonX.governance is a powerful toolkit for AI governance to help you bring light to the black box, trace processes so you can explain your AI's decisions, monitor models for fairness, bias, and drift, and scale responsibly based on principles of transparency and trust. We are in a moment, and to meet it with confidence, you need AI that's built for business. WatsonX. Let's put AI to work.
People are excited about what AI will do for them. We're excited about what AI will do for business. Introducing WatsonX, a platform designed to multiply output by training AI with your data. When you WatsonX your business, you can build AI to help coders code faster, customer service respond quicker, and employees handle repetitive tasks in less time. Let's create AI that transforms business with WatsonX. IBM, let's create.
That's a good question.
Every day, I create things.
Delivering releases to my clients, it's been a key part of the transformation of the industry.
Our most recent medical app, I'm proud of that.
Setting up the Girls' Day to get young people to pursue a career here.
I help to bring AI to space. Yeah, that's the best thing I've created.
Inspiring people, I think, is always the main goal.
All throughout my career, I've been able to do what I love, switching to different projects to get out of my comfort zone.
It's always time to learn new things, and it's our legacy that continues to motivate us.
It's these innovative minds that play a vital role in delivering better things to the world.
It's just mind-blowing that the solutions we make impact people's day-to-day lives.
The symbiotic relationship between AI and business should aim for higher standards, focusing on trustworthiness, security, and adaptability. In the pursuit of this elevated standard, WatsonX emerges as a pioneering force, bridging the worlds of generative AI and business. To talk about elevating business with WatsonX, please welcome from IBM, Customer Success Manager, Gerando Bongane, Customer, Data and Technology Transformation Leader, Bang Paulino, and Business Operations Manager, Ron Michael Santos.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Beng Paulino, and joining me this afternoon on my right is Troy Santos and Pierre Bonganay. Okay, so we'll start off with, let me talk to Troy first. So Troy is actually one of our business operations managers in IBM, and he has developed a very keen interest in AI since 2022, where he has started employing various AI skills in doing his daily job. So, good afternoon, Troy.
Hi. Okay. First of all, hi, Beng, and hello everyone who's present today at SoftCon. All right. So once again, my name is Choi, and I represent the CIC Business Operations team in IBM Philippines. So,
Troy, what triggered your interest in AI?
all right. Bang, if I had 50 cents for every time that question is thrown at me, I'll be exactly the same financially, although 1 peso richer. Let me explain. Just last week, this question was asked of me, and I remember giving a long, detailed origin about my AI journey. So today, in the essence of time, I'll be doing it the abridged version. So, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
So last year, Christmas break, movie, Matrix, ChatGPT revelation. Was that too short?
Okay.
No, I mean,
More
let
detail,
me explain.
please.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me explain. So last year, back at my Christmas break, I was on my yearly rewatch of the movie The Matrix. Yes, the 1999 hit sci-fi film starring Keanu Reeves. And I remembered my PC abruptly locking itself mid-watch. Now, you just have to take my word for it that I tried every adjustable settings that I can find, but to no avail. Now, I'm going to have to pause here and tell you that I'm a very skeptical person, especially when it comes to chatbots. My disdain for chatbots stems from the fact that they're not really helpful. They waste time. And 10 times out of 10, you just want to be transferred to a human customer support representative. But in my desperate frustration, I tried ChatGPT, and it gave 4 actionable solutions. And I remembered one, it's told me to use a third-party open source software. I tried that, and 21 prompts later, I fixed my issue, finished my movie, and I learned how to automate other stuff in the process. I felt victorious. I felt elated. Anyhow, remember that I had zero knowledge about using this program, and it completely answered all my follow-up questions, just like how a human would.
Mhm.
Then there's this scene that I always keep coming back whenever I watch The Matrix. During the rescue of Morpheus, played by Lawrence Fishburne, two of our protagonists, Neo, that's Keanu, and Trinity, played by Carrie Ann Moss, was at this rooftop. And at that rooftop sits this black helicopter.
Mhm.
So with nowhere to go but up, Keanu asked Trinity, "Can you fly that thing?" And I just remembered Trinity answering in the most calm, confident, and cold. She uttered the words, "Not yet." And shortly after that, all the information gets shot straight to her brain. And flew that thing she did. It was amazing. I know it's fictional, but come on.
Yeah, that's the future.
Yeah, but come on. I know it's fictional, but we're really getting there. And I believe that generative AI is the first step towards
Yeah.
that future.
Yeah.
So that was my aha moment. That was my revelation, my discovery of discovering what the potential and value behind AI is. And needless to say, this skeptic is now an advocate.
Okay,
Now,
that's really good.
now with my renewed interest, that's when I found out about our internal knowledge sharing site. It's called Lighthouse. Now,
Yeah.
to those who are not aware, it is a knowledge sharing platform made for us IBMers that IBM knowledge experts can share their expertise either in video or document form. Naturally, I tried some courses in there, and I want to say that those courses are too complicated or too complex for me, for someone who just dipped their toes into AI. Not long after that, I got invited to a small Slack group community of like-minded IBM AI enthusiasts, and who are just like me, just started their IBM journey. Now, with the courses that I took and the experience from that and the insistence of my colleague, that's the time that that's the time that I decided to write and publish a book about AI prompting. And the book is titled, can everyone see it? Okay, so the book is titled The AI Advantage Mastering the Art of Prompting, your accessible primer to the world of AI. This is a book written by a layman for the lay people.
Thank you, Troy, and thank you for sharing about the book. Going back to when you were learning about AI, what challenges did you face so that the newbies in our audience can learn from your experiences?
Okay, so well, the challenge for me was finding a use case for AI on my own. It's about discovering the potential and value for myself. Now, not everyone's gonna have the same experience as me, and I'm glad that's how I got introduced into the world of AI. Now, I'm willing to bet that most people would have just used Google to fix their technical issue, or some of us are very technologically averse, and that's okay, that's reality. Now, if I have the liberty to speak for the populace, I guess our challenge right now is AI adoption, which coincidentally is the one thing that the top global companies right now are vying for. So let's sidestep a bit, and I want to share a relevant study done by the Boston Consulting Group. This was published in June of this year, and it's titled AI at Work, What the People is Saying. Okay, so in that study, they sampled 13,000 respondents across 18 countries from senior leadership to manager to frontline employees. And the good news is we are trending. Our optimism is higher than the past previous years. But if you look at that optimism and look at it at an organizational view, there is a split between leadership and frontline employees. They found out that leadership are much more optimistic than the frontline employees, and that's about a 60 and 40 split. Furthermore, they revealed that while 80% of leadership swear that they use AI on their daily, only 20% of frontline employees say they do so. So that alone is a huge gap. Obviously, we know where to focus our attention. It's outside there, our front lines, and their AI adoption. Now, it's really hard to be an advocate if we don't practice what we preach. Okay? Think of it this way: you can't expect me to teach you algebra if you yourself don't like math in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we address this? Well, in my humble opinion and my personal recommendation, we have to cultivate authentic interest. So how do we do that? Just like the study says, we have to start at the top. Let our leader demonstrate how they use AI on their daily use cases, even as simple as sending an email using it as a proofreader, a grammar checker, anything. This will start the AI culture. Next, let's equip our people with the most competent and intuitive AI tools out there. Let's really get them play with it. And finally, number 3, let's examine the process, give them use cases, and decide for themselves how they will fit it into their lives. So those things, if you do those, it's gonna hook people like me who are skeptics in nature. So just as luck would have it, my book also does the same. And It is lightweight, easy to pick up, and very accessible. And I bet even your grandmother can learn a
I
thing or
don't think
two.
so.
Can learn a thing or two from it. So I promise you, by the time you turn to the last page, you will be able to use AI responsibly and effectively.
Okay. Earlier you mentioned about communities.
Yes.
So can you tell us what are the communities that help you?
Right. Okay. So I did mention about joining and being invited to a small Slack group of IBM AI enthusiasts who are just like me, are hobbyists in nature. But the thing about that is, I didn't sought for these communities. Rather, that they found me. It's something
Oh.
that I just come across. And let me explain. Much like any other hobby out there, given enough time, as long as you're invested and engaged, it is inevitable that you will come across people who are passionate,
Like-minded.
such as you.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna come across communities, and that's the same thing that happened to me. And boy, what a rabbit hole that was! I'm talking about Discord groups, Twitter personalities, Reddit pages, GitHub projects, Facebook groups, YouTubers, podcasts, and all these other AI social media influencers.
Yeah.
This was just fed to me by the algorithm. It's something that happened organically.
Yes.
But if you're interested to find out who are the top people that I follow, there's a few in my mind right now.
Mhm.
Number one is Matt Wolf. He's a YouTuber and he's known for his AI weekly roundup news. So if you want to get updated and latest with the AI, I suggest he's the guy.
Mhm.
Number two, there's Go. She's also a YouTuber and co-host of one of my favorite podcasts, How to Talk to AI with Wes the Synth Mind. If you have the spare time and an ear to listen, please do give it a go. It's available on Spotify. There are also Reddit pages that I frequent to. There is r/chatgpt and r/AI prompt engineering. Truly, finding these communities are very natural, and can happen to you on your part of your journey.
Okay. Thank you. Going back to prompting, because that's really how AI initially helped you with your computer problem, right?
Mhm.
So, what do you think are the fundamental, the basic prompting techniques that everyone can start with? They can use it right away.
All right. Okay. So there's quite a few fundamental prompting techniques out there. But the one thing that people miss to first master is the foundational skill. And if you master this skill, you will effectively increase your efficiency with these techniques tenfold. And this foundational skill is called communication. Okay, so let's just take a step back and analyze how a basic prompting flow works. So just remember IPO. There's input, processing, and output. Again, input, processing, and output. Now, AI tools can already do the processing and the output part. What we have direct influence right now is the input. Just remember, the quality of our output is determined by our quality of our input, and vice versa. So, what is our input? Well, our inputs are our prompts. Prompts are defined as a query, a question, or a command that we send to the AI using our natural language, which is, for me, it's English. Okay. So, gone were the days that you have to learn a programming language or following the intricacies of syntaxes just to talk to machines. You can already talk to AI just with our natural language, such as conversing to a friend. Okay.
Some programmers may find that a sad thing, or some may actually welcome that, depending on how deeply you're into coding.
Yes, that's true. And as also would like to iterate, communication is key. And you might find it easy, but really it's not. You would be surprised to find out that human beings encounter miscommunications on a
Oh
daily
yeah.
basis.
Oh yeah.
So it's most likely a problem of we can't express ourselves. We can't articulate our thoughts. We just have all this raw information inside our heads, and that makes us that make us prone to doing all these mistakes. So that's my tip: communication skills. How do you enhance it? Well, here's two. One is to read quality content, whether it's books, articles, newspapers, anything that's fancy you. Just get into reading daily. This will increase your vernacular, which you can apply to speaking and writing, allowing you to articulate more. Second is please avoid short form media content. Okay. And I think you're curious to find out what my favorite prompting technique is. So I'll just share it. And it's one of the simplest. It's begin with the end in mind, or know what the vision of the outcome looks like. It's also, in technical terms, it's known as goal oriented prompting. So in goal oriented prompting, we just clearly define our goal. And by doing so, we will get responses that aligns with our vision. So let me show you an example right now. I have here, everyone see this? So this is a picture of a dog, right? Now, without prompting, you would say, generate a picture of a dog. I know, yes, it's simple, but it may not get you the same or anything remotely closing resembling to this one.
Yeah.
Now, let's apply our prompting technique. Okay, so I would say generate a picture of a black Afghan hound sitting cross-legged in a pile of leaves in autumn in the style of a Rembrandt painting widescreen. Now I know
Okay.
now I know that works because that's the same prompt that I used to generate this in DALL-E 3. See the difference when we combine our communication skills plus our
Plus
fundamental prompting techniques.
Okay, thank you. So last question for you, Choi. Where can our audience find your book?
Okay, Bang, the book is doing so well right now. We are over 3,000 downloads, over 5,000 views internally, and coupled that with all the love, the support, the attention that I received, I am more confident that a global release version will be met with the same sentiments. So I would like to announce that starting Q1 next year, I'll be publishing a global release version that was being available to the public either in Amazon or in Kindle. And I'll also throw in an extra bonus chapter about AI prompting for art generation.
Okay.
I am excited and I am stoked about it.
That's great, Joy.
Yeah.
Thank
Very
you.
insightful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Troy. So now I'd like to present to you Get Bonganay, who is one of our data scientists, data architects here in IBM. He is currently a customer success manager, and as such, he helps our clients. He champions data and AI solutions and helps our clients transformation to use these solutions. So good afternoon, Get.
Good afternoon, Beng.
So we've heard about how someone can start off on the journey to AI. In Troy's case, it was about prompting. In your case, since you've been a data SME for quite some time, how did you make the move to AI?
Well, the move to AI is easy for me actually, because at the end of the day, data is what feeds or what makes AI work.
Yes,
so,
true.
What Choi said earlier with regards to reading, doing stuff that is communication based, right? The thing there is the new types of AI, the foundation models, are trained with data that was done by novels or whatever articles were there in the internet right now.
Yeah.
Right? So the syntax, the way things relate to each other, the probability, I'm going to the technical side of things, the probability of those things all worked out together on how we speak and how we, well, not speak, how we write.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, since you've started going into the technical side, we'll go into more technical details on AI and also show you some of the use cases, the applications that are possible for AI. So let me just start this.
So Choi, you've started with chatbots already.
Yes.
What I'll present is more with the realms of chatbot itself. So Choi have already shown us, well, told us about the part of doing prompting. But for business, for my clients, I always tell them that prompting is not enough with regards to doing AI for your business. It should be grounded to a ground truth. And that is what I'm going to present to you right now. So let's start. Thanks, Ben. Are we good? Thank you. So pioneering path to an innovative, trustworthy AI and advancements. Here we go. So I'm going to present a video first.
People are excited about what AI will do for them. We're excited about what AI will do for business. Introducing WatsonX, a platform designed to multiply output by training AI with your data. When you WatsonX your business, you can build AI to help coders code faster, customer service respond quicker, and employees handle repetitive tasks in less time. Let's create AI that transforms business with WatsonX. IBM, let's create.
So quicker, faster, less time. That's how we want to do AI for business. So let's elevate the business with WatsonX. Using this technology, we're trying to figure out a way for every business, for my clients, for example, to have a faster way to give their clients what they need. So here's my LinkedIn address, by the way, my QR. You can go into it. You can ask me further. But down the road, I'll discuss about chatbot right now with regards to more than just prompting. So how IBM tackles AI technology. So we have add-on AI before. Now AI is a must with AI Plus. What's happening right now is a change that is being disruptive across the business. It's an inflection point. So how did we go into this inflection point from plus AI to AI Plus? So we start off with a expert system. So everything is being done by let's say, for example, my example here is cats and dogs. We already know what's the difference of a cat and dog. If it barks, it's a dog. If it meows, it's a cat. So that's a basic idea of an expert system. At the end of the day, that's how high we can go with regards to an expert system. If we're going down further down the line, thank God for digital transformation and also big data. So the change happened. We are now entering the realm of machine learning. With machine learning, we have all the data we need to understand the different types of dog. Is it a big dog, small dog, or a cat? So on and so forth. Moving forward, the way we have created powerful GPU capabilities gave us the capability to do deep learning. Now, deep learning, from just knowing how big the dog is or how different each cat is, now we know the different breeds of the cats. If we're going to the medical side of things, let's say veterinary, with just looking into certain pictures, we already know if, for example, a dog has a catarrhata or so on and so forth. It's a big leap forward for us in AI technologies. From just being from the highest level of dogs barking, now we have an idea of doing it for certain medical issues for a certain animal. Moving forward, not just animals, even for us humans, we're using it right now. So what is foundation model? Joy? Yes. If you look into it, foundation models and how Trinity works, it's almost the same.
Really? So we really are there now.
Yes. Trinity just plugged it in, get the data. He knows how to fly. She knows how to fly in a helicopter, and probably knows how to fly airplanes as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll discuss foundational models further with regards to what IBM and NASA has created in an open source space, a geospatial foundational model It is available in Hugging Face. It's like Hugging Face, if you don't know it, Hugging Face is like the repository or a GitHub of all the open source technologies that we have right now for foundation models. It's very great. You can try it out, but using it requires a lot of, how do you call this? A lot of compute power if you need to do something really great. So I'll discuss foundation models, how Trinity does these things on the next slide. So as you can see here, I'm using the model of how NASA created their foundation models. If you're going to ask me how Chat GPT and other foundation models was created, this is how it was done. So a foundation model is a self-supervised model. So it has two parts, the encoder and the decoder. Now, I chose the NASA foundation models because it's visual, it's easy to understand for you guys. As you can see here, it has masked some of the items on the input and only showed 9 to the encoder, right? Now the encoder will process that feature, look into that feature, and moving forward, it will go to the decoder, and the decoder will understand the new data that it will create. So basically, it will recreate the input and reconstruct that image. Now, if you look at it, how foundation models work is it's being fed with huge data. So if you go back to the Trinity, she was fed with a lot of data on how to fly a plane, and at the end of the day, the decoder was how to fly that helicopter.
Okay.
So
That makes
now the encoder is in her brain. She can also fly an airplane. That's the idea of foundation models. So with that in mind, I'll show you some things that was done by NASA and IBM using the foundation model. So we have the encoder. We have just to change the decoder side of things to create the following. So here's an example of a fire scar model. Here's an example of a flood model. And here's an example of a land use model. All of this was done on one foundation model encoder, and they just changed the encoder side of things. So that's how foundation models work.
Makes it a lot easier.
Yes. And you don't have to label things. Huh? With deep learning, for example, you have to label things. This one, I didn't do any, well, NASA and IBM people didn't do any labeling of data.
Yeah.
They just fed it there and it will learn.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. It is amazing.
And it really shows how easy it would be for people to just adopt to using AI.
Yes. Let's go to the next slide then. Thank you. So now I'm going to discuss about WatsonX, how things were made easy. So I've said earlier that if you do it in Hugging Face, it's quite difficult because you have to do a lot of programming. What we do here with IBM is we put generative AI easy for people who doesn't have the capability to do Python, so on and so forth, to do it on their own. They just have to have a certain amount of data. And as you have seen, Choi, he can also do prompting already.
Mm-hmm.
So WatsonX is different from the other competitors because we're not for commercial, we're for business. That's how we see things. And for business, it should be customized to a certain degree that you have your control over it and you understand it with your own data. It's not a black box, as you can see here from the usual models that we see in commercial side. We have the capability to train, tune, and deploy your model on your own, and it's your model, not others, right? So here's an example of WatsonX in action. So my idea here on how I created this is I have my own company called I Love Cars. So I call it Kocha Incorporated. And I've used one of the foundation models available inside WatsonX. So it's open source, it's Google Flan. So I've used its encoder to train it further, tune it to understand Tagalog. So it can now do Taglish.
Really?
Yes. So one of the things that we have right now is tuning labs. Right now it's not yet released, but it's going to be GA soon. It's just I'm just lucky because I have access to IBM Research. So I'm just tried it out. Let me play it. So I'll ask a question to my chatbot. It's in Tagalog.
Oh, right.
So there.
Okay.
So I need to do a marketing slogan for my Kocha XY, the new car that I have. It's a PEV plug-in hybrid. So as you can see, the output, it's in Taglish.
Okay.
Oh, right.
So a little bit of prompt engineering and tuning can give you something that's very customized for your business, right?
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then again, I've said earlier, tuning a model and doing a prompting is not enough if you want something that is good for business. It should be grounded to a certain level of truth. So for example, my next slide, please. Thank you, Ben. So this is our example. So my question here is, how do you keep your model up to date and fact-based? The answers. So what we have here is a demo from IBM called Lendir. So Lendir uses foundation models, and it's grounded to a certain truth, FAQ, ground truths. So I'll just play it. So you will see the chatbot doing its thing here, asking it about APR and so on and so forth. So it understands the customer's context and it understands the business itself. That's how grounded it is. Now, what tools in IBM do we use in order for this ground truth to happen? And so what we have here is a company knowledge base using a certain tool here in IBM and Watson Assistant, which is the chatbot itself. So it's just a drag and drop chatbot that I created earlier. It's just the same thing, right? So what happened with Lendir is it's grounded. But if we go back to just large language models itself, so I'm asking here, do Lendir, the one that I've created, the one IBM created earlier, it's a fictitious company, and Gcash here is a real company here in the Philippines. But as you can see here, Lendir becomes Lendy, and Gcash suddenly has a partnership to that fictitious company.
Oh,
right? So large language model alone, even if you have prompted a good question, Choi,
that's right.
It will not create something that is useful for your business. It will create something that is not really reliable.
Okay, so it hallucinated that company.
It tried to make sense of it, but it didn't. It's not right.
Yes, it's not right. It's hallucinated.
Okay.
Next slide, please. So what we have here is the same example as what I did earlier. So what we have used is WatsonX.ai. Now Watson Discovery is the one thing that give us that ground truth, and WatsonX.ai is our foundation model. So I'll run the video of the same question I've asked earlier with the Llama version of things in Hugging Face. So let's run it. So it shouldn't answer in some hallucination. So as you can see here, my question is the same. Do Lendir have partnership
with Gcash?
And as you can see, the answer is it's not within the context of the ground truth facts. So that's how you want it to run. You don't want it to create hallucinations for your business. So it's grounded and it's on a certain standard.
Thank you for that. That actually cautions everyone that while AI is very easy to use, we also have to be really careful about how we use
Definitely,
it.
definitely. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, AI can do most of our jobs right now. But at the end of the day, with regards to your common sense, doing your own research, that's something that's way above the AI capability. It's human capability that changes everything.
Yeah.
That we're going back to what IBM has said earlier with AI. It will augment,
Yeah,
not
it's augment,
going to change
not replace really.
people. At the end of the day, we still have the higher thinking capability.
Yeah.
So next slide, please, Bing. So this is the architecture of what was done using Watson Discovery and Watson Assistant. So grounded to help control, help content, some Elasticsearch happening after that, and the LLM, the foundation models creating a grounded natural language using retrieval augmented generation. That's what it's called. So all of that is actually no code, low code with IBM. That's how we did it.
Okay.
So I'm ending my presentation with another video.
AI generated art. AI generated songs. AI, what is that? It sure is a lot of fun. But when foundation models are applied to big business, well, you need to think bigger. Because AI in business needs to be held to a higher standard. Built to be trusted, secured, and adaptable. This isn't simple automation that is only trained to do one thing. This is AI that is built and focused to work across your organization. This isn't committing to a single system. This is hybrid-ready AI that can scale across your systems. This isn't wondering where an answer came from. This is AI that can show its work. When you build AI into the core of your business, you can go so much further. This is more than AI. This is AI for business. Let's create.
So at the end of that video, the key point there is AI for business should be held to higher standards. It should be secured within your organization and adaptable as well within your organization. So thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you again, Troy. So we're now open for we're starting with the Q&A.
Hello, thank you so much to our speakers for your presentation. To our audience, why don't we show our appreciation to our speakers by clicking emojis? Ayun, I see a lot of emojis.
Thank you.
Moving on to our first question from Sir Andrew. How can companies develop internal regulation to ensure that AI will be adopted for the enrichment of their human resources and to prevent the fear of AI taking over jobs?
One thing, HR, right? I have something here in IBM, we're client zero on a certain AI tool called Ask HR, right? So with regards to doing this, one time I'm doing a demo using Ask HR to a certain client. So I put there, I want to resign at IBM. And then after that, I looked into my leads. So basically, using AI technology at the back end of things, I probably triggered two things that a certain individual that wants to resign will do, right? That's 4 o'clock a.m. Now, by 5:30, I already have a one-on-one session with my manager. So as you can see there, a certain degree of AI will help you with regards to ensuring that you can focus on retaining your employee. Basically, what happened there is AI doing its thing, and the manager, the HR people, doing the empathy thing. That is what people has versus AI doesn't. They don't have empathy. AI is just numbers, probability. Just
Thank you
triggered
so
two
Thank
things.
you for
That
that, sir. Okay. So for our next question, we have here Sir Edwin. His question is, how can a software quality assurance engineer use AI in their day-to-day activities?
You want to take this one, or
yeah,
should
I can take this. But if you don't
Yeah,
want one, you
you
can.
can go.
Well, there's a lot of use case right now for almost anything right now. So if I see it correctly, software quality assurance engineer for testing, there's already automations on AI that I know some of my friends are using right now to really buy them more time so that they can spend more quality time with their families. So you can look into that. But I'm curious to what would answer this question.
Yeah, for software quality assurance, we have certain assistants as well here in IBM called uh, code assistant.
Whoa,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it helps ensuring that if a certain program is being done, you can check as well the assistant to ask if this certain code is within the standards of your company.
Yeah, and it actually, with those AI tools that developers can use, there should be less defects getting into the testing, the different testing phases.
Okay, thank you for that. And for another question from Sir Patrick. These days, there are models used to prompt war strategy, like what they use in Ukraine and Israel. AI model and prompts can be used to determine who dies or not. We need to figure out how can this be regulated and not used to harm people.
So there are a lot of when we use AI, there's always hand in hand to it. Like in IBM, we get trained on AI and on AI ethics.
Yeah.
These two really have to go hand in hand. You can't use AI and not be concerned about AI ethics. It's not something, ethics is not something that, well, at this point in time, is really totally ingrained in the AI model. So there still has to be some, um, uh, at least on the side of the humans that are interfacing with this, a view of the ethical use of AI.
Right. Just to add to that question, I just want to say that AI is just recently regulated. There's already a regulatory board for AI that even OpenAI has a hand in it. So those kind of things, those are the forefront of their regulatory boards. So we have to ensure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. And for another question from JC, how do you envision the future of work in a world where AI is widespread?
Do you want to take that?
For me, the future of work is simple. It should be, at the end of the day, we're not doing the repetitive task anymore.
That's true.
We give that to the AI.
That's true.
At the end of the day, we do the thinking.
That's true. Okay.
We do the creating of new values, sustainable values for a business, sustainable technology for the future.
I'm actually, for me personally, I'm very, very excited to get there to where AI is really widespread, because it's, for me, I think it would take out all those boring tasks away from us and putting them into automation, AI, the very simple decisions, AI can handle those. And that would leave us with the more complex, where we really need to do our deeper thinking. That would be what's left for us. The more, how do you say that, hard hitting jobs will be left for us. So I guess work life will be less boring.
Yeah, at the end of the day, again, I'm going back to the story that I have with my manager. Empathy.
Yeah.
Being human is going to be the top priority when we get to the point that AI is widespread.
Yeah.
Just to add what Guess said about the boring, repetitive task, my book is it's no secret that my book was written with multiple AI tools used in conjunction. I used it as a ghostwriter, fact checker, grammar corrector, everything in between. So I'm not actually an author. I've only read a handful of books in my life, but this is the first time that I wrote something with the help of AI. So this book is living proof that you can achieve with AI.
Yeah, I do agree with giving work life easier through using AI. So for another question from Miss Marilyn, what's the edge of Watson X with other competitor to transform business data to consumable visualization to be more adaptable for non-technical end user?
The first thing that is there is it's low code again, no low code, no code, and it's not just foundation models. We also have the deep learning and machine learning capabilities inside it, so it will not go away. Some task needs some focus, and that's where it goes to the machine learning and deep learning technologies. And it's also no code and low code technology, unlike the others that you may need to do some coding. Also, add further, going back to the ethics side of things, IBM is already long before the ethics issue came out. We're already doing governance with regards to AI. So part of WatsonX is what we call the WatsonX.governance, which ensures that all the data that you have is governed properly, and also the models that you've created is governed properly with bias and fairness in mind.
Well said.
Okay, thank you for that. And another question from Maria Celine. How accurate are the results of the land cover classification? How do we validate results from these kinds of classification?
Well, with regards to the validating this, it will still depend on how you have created it in Hugging Face, because this is an open source technology that we have. So, in how you create your decoder side of things, it will create this certain level of uh, validation for you. What is it called?
Okay.
The rogue
So
score.
another question from Bien. Is Watson X similar to applications augmented through OpenAI API, but with predefined parameters before the prompted input gets into the AI system to retrieve the desired and tuned output?
Is Watson X similar application augmented Open API? Well, no, because with OpenAI API, if you look at it, it's still a black box for you. But for Watson X, you have the capability to bring in your own foundation models if you want to, or use an open source foundation models. It's not a black box. You can see how things are. So one thing here is, for example, you have the Hugging Face models. It can be put inside Watson X. There's also some curated foundation models such as Llama from Meta. It's in there. You can use it and you can read through it. Not a block box at all.
But
Okay,
in function, are they similar?
Not as well. Because
Okay.
if you look at it, ours is a lot easier. I tried it out.
The easy to use.
Easy
Okay.
to use, yeah.
Not to
Okay.
toot our own horn.
Okay.
moving on to our next question from
opening.
Analo. How can we apply or use AI in a manufacturing company?
Oh, lots of application in manufacturing companies.
Well, one of the things before, I'm not going to foundation models in regards to AI. So before, I'm part of IBM Research here in the Philippines with IBM China. So we collaborated, IBM Research China. So one of the things that they do there is manufacturing. So that's back 2014. 2014. No, not 2014. 2017. So we use Cafe AI before is just deep learning back then, and we use it for LCD screens defects. So the idea there is from ensuring that all the defects are being done properly using computer vision AI.
And also preventive maintenance. So this is a very, very important application of AI because you can end up saving a lot of money doing by using AI for preventive maintenance. And it's not just the savings in money, it's also preventing potential accidents or whatever.
You may want to look into Maximo.
Yeah,
The
safety
Maximo
is
tools.
also something that can be increased through the use of AI.
Yeah.
Okay. So other question is how can we apply or use AI in a I am sorry about that. Another question is how secure is the base knowledge stored in the Watson X? Is there a possibility that it could be injected with false base information?
Yeah. So poison model. That's where we're going right now. Basically, it's not going to be poisoned because again, what I said earlier, uh, one thing that we have there is WatsonX.governance that ensures poisoning will not happen within a certain degree, not unless someone from your organization. So it's going to be
An internal issue.
internal issue. Someone from the internal is doing some shady things with your data. If it's not, it's from the outside attack, cyber attack from somewhere, it's safe.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Sir Paul is also asking, what's our learning curve in learning Gen AI?
We launched our AI learning very recently, and within, I don't know, 6 weeks, we actually 95% of the whole IBM community globally completed the training. So it's really very easy. And after that, after the initial launch, and then we had the training, we've also conducted a few hackathons and ideations within IBM to generate help everyone in the IBM community think AI. So where can I apply AI? How can I apply AI? So that's where these ideations, global level ideations and hackathons have been for. And of course, after that, we'll also launch it and get this done in the external communities as well. But for now, focusing in IBM, it's been very fast learning AI within within the IBM communities, regardless of where you are in IBM, whether you're a technical person, you're a manager, in BPO, everywhere, all levels. That 95% is including everyone, and it has been very easily absorbed and applied also.
We're currently in our techathon right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for on my end, as a customer success manager, when I go to the client, I ensure that we are also building up technologies awareness with regards to AI.
Thank you for that. So for our last question, what are the long-term implications of AI adaptation for small businesses in terms of growth, innovation, and market positioning? From Leonard.
Actually, with AI coming into play, these small businesses can now capture some of the clients of big businesses which are slow in adopting AI. That's one thing that I'm seeing with my clients.
I currently have a small business right now. It's related to dogs industry, and we basically use AI when we design our products. We design our promotional materials. So we don't have to hire any artists, graphic designers. We just do it all on our own, and we just have to pay a small fee every month. But it's turning out our profits bigger than ever before.
Okay, so thank you for that, our speakers, for answering the questions. Now, for our audience, in case you guys still have questions, please feel free to chat with our speakers on the Hermit Lounge. So, before letting you go, may I ask for a quick photo op?
Okay. Sure. What's next?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have for this session. So again, let's thank our speaker, Mr. Bonganay, Miss Paulino, and Mr. Choi from IBM by clicking on the heart or clapping emojis. Please exit this session and click on the next. Bye!